Alright guys, so this is going to be somewhat of a quick video. I'm going to be covering my understanding of fundamental analysis in the markets and what my understanding of it is, and what I do for fundamental analysis when going into a day trading day. So the four softwares that I use is forexfactory.com, cnbc.com, bloomberg.com, and seekingalpha.com. Now, the first one I always look at, I think the second video I made, the third video I made on this series on Unprofitable Diaries was about what softwares and programs to use. I covered these 4 sites as fundamental analysis and news sites. So there will be links there. I'll put these 4 links in the description of this video too. So I'm just going to be covering these now and what fundamental analysis is. Now, my understanding of fundamental analysis is that it is basically news. Like, fundamental analysis is what's happening outside of price action, what's happening in the world, what's happening, financial news, war news, what Trump is saying, depending on what assets, etc. Fundamental analysis is the analysis outside of price action, outside of technical analysis, outside of your strategy. I'm just going to start with Forex Factory. Forexfactory.com, link in the description. It's a site where you can see all the financial news that comes out. Now this is my account. You can create an account up here so you can save your filters. I don't really use all these forums and like just these replies and sessions and news and stuff. I just have this filter on, so you're gonna want to click on make sure all event types is on, and then just make sure the red folder news, which is the most impactful, is checked, and then just gray news, which is just bank holidays, etc. And then choose the currencies that affects your trading. So because I'm trading the Nasdaq and S&P 500, I've got USD, and then I also want to see what's going on in the Asia session, so I choose China and Japan, and I also want to see what's going on in the London session. So I also click on Euro and GBP just so I have an understanding of it. So make sure this is your settings, and then choose the currencies. If you trade an Australian currency or a Canadian currency or New Zealand currency, etc., then make sure to check that. Now, here you can see, if we expand it, you can see for every day. Today was Friday, October 24th, and this is basically the news that's been here today. So there's been some CPI for the dollar. I haven't been trading today. I will, by the way, link my Discord in the description. If you want to go ahead and join our community, please do so. And I think I'm going to start. I actually think I'm going to start showing you guys my trades, like generating my trades in YouTube. So just stay tuned for that. I might do like my day trading, what do you call it, like reviews or recaps. I'll do trading recaps on my day trading. I just blew a funded account. I didn't want to have it no more, so I had risked heavily, and then I took 2 losses in a row, so I blew it. I've been having it for 7 months now, so it doesn't really bother me, and I want to switch to futures, so I don't trade indexes, but I trade futures. So it sucks that I blew it, but it is what it is now. Now I'll be trading demo for a couple of months, so I'll do recaps on them, and then I'll buy top step evals and trade there. So make sure that you're not. I just want to tell you, like, we are not profitable traders here, probably, and many profitable traders can't even, like. It's very hard to find out what CPI is gonna do, for example. So for these hours, make sure you have the right time zone set. So I know. So not right now. I would know that at 2:30 p.m. today, I do not want to be in a trade, because today at 2:30 CPI news came out. Now CPI news is the core inflation. It is the inflation of the U.S. economy, and I will show you guys what happened exactly at 2:30 today. Just turn off my indicator. I'll link my indicator in the description too for you guys who know what a session indicator is. It just marks out London high and low and Asia highs and lows. Now, guys, CPI news is one of the most volatile news events that there are. So you want to make sure you're not in a trade, because this is what happens at exactly 2:30 today. This big candle comes up, and if you're in a trade here, let's say you now this is not probable, but this is probably not like a good scenario. But if you wanted to sell here, so you wanted this to bounce here, maybe, yeah, and then go down, and you're in a trade at CPI. The technical analysis and the technical movements of the market maker movements, will be affected by this news event. So when the news event comes out, if it's bullish news event, your stop loss will get railed through, and it won't even be able to stop you out here. It won't even be able to do that. This is called a stop loss. This zone right here, the gray zone, which is where it's kind of like, it's just about risk management. I'll cover that later. But for you guys to know it, this is a stop loss, and this is my drawdown zone, and this is my TP zone for a short position, which is a sell position. But enough of that. Make sure you're not in news events when you can see in this news calendar and Forex Factory, that there's news coming out. And if the day I want to trade the CPI news, I'm probably not trading at all, because that's just not. It's probably gonna make the move of the day. So once this move up in there, like, it's gonna be kind of choppy price action. I don't know. This is. I probably wouldn't have been able to find a trade today on this price action, anyways. But make sure you're not in trades. But if there's only, let's see if we can find a day. Yeah, for example, Thursday, October 16th, there was a GBP news event at 8 a.m. That doesn't affect the US dollar, so I don't have to think about that. This is just for me to still know what's going on in London. But it's all good. It's very low likelihood of it, but you can be in a trade at 8 a.m. in, for example, the dollar versus the yen, because this is the GBP. You have to just make sure that the currency you're choosing is the one for what you trade. So if you trade a US based index or forex pair, make sure you're alert on what news is coming out for the US dollar and when it's coming out, so you can prevent you being in a trade when the news comes out. That's basically it for that side. I'm not going to confuse you guys anymore. That's my understanding of it. I'm going to shut that down now. And then we're going to go to these three news sites. Now, these are actually, I just follow along with these along the day. So I've got them on my phone. I've got CNBC. I just got a notification for CNBC, for example, so I can see what's going on. It's about some tariffs. It's about tariffs and Trump. That's very good to know for me, because right now I'm not trading. I'm relaxing at home making this YouTube video. But it's really good to know for me that next week maybe I have to stay alert and not trade, because Trump is talking about tariffs. And when Trump is talking about tariffs, the market either crashes or flashes. It just flashes. Flash crash, bro. It's terrible when he speaks about tariffs. So just make sure to stay tuned. You can be here when you wake up in the morning. Maybe just go through here, see if they're in the big head titles. Bloomberg is basically the same news, but I still like to read both of them. So I go through here, just see is there anything interesting about the Nasdaq S&P 500 index. Sometimes they talk about indexes here. Very good. That's really good to know. And about Trump, it's good to know what's going on in the world. Bloomberg is also a very good site. You can also choose here if you want the Europe edition or the US edition. I would like the US edition because I trade Nasdaq. You can see now this US inflation comes in soft, for example. China tariff, something about Binance, which is a crypto wallet, or it's called crypto exchange, I think. So that's very good to know that maybe that could affect. Just make sure you're in here. About the Fed, it's good to know. And Seek and Alpha, I basically just read the trending news. Just if there's anything I missed out here that I overlooked, I can see in Seek and Alpha, the most trending one is about CPI. and then we've got some less. So maybe if I missed that Trump was talking about tariffs here, then I can see it's 100% likely that Trump talking about tariffs will be one of the headlines here on Seeking Alpha. You can also have a portfolio here. I just tried creating my own portfolio. I really like this site actually, so you can like try and buy indexes and maybe sell and buy them, and I think it's that's pretty cool. You have to pay for it to get the full access, but you don't need that at all. So just stick to this, and you'll be good. Absolutely. So just training news here, and then just read CNBC and Bloomberg sites, and that is basically it. That is my fundamental analysis. I look up Forex Factory when I do my just when I get into the trading day, when it's time to trade. It's 9 a.m. New York time, 3 p.m. Swedish time, Danish time. Then I look through the sites throughout the day. I look on the sites. I get some notifications. See what's going on in the world, and then when it's time to trade, I open my Forex Factory, see is there any red folder economic news events, or are there some bank holidays, which are good to know. Then I'll stay cautious of that when I get into the trading day. But that's basically going to be it for this fundamental analysis video. Make sure to subscribe. And I'll just try and remember to put these in the description. And tomorrow we will be talking about, and then I'll go into the technical concepts that I use and my understanding of them, so I can teach you guys what I've learned as a 16-year-old day trader from Denmark and Sweden. So enough yapping, and this can be everything for this video. Make sure to like and subscribe to follow along with the journey from unprofitable to profitable. Tomorrow is going to be liquidity. See you guys tomorrow.